Ta-da-ta-da! You are live. Thank you. Good afternoon, good evening. Oh, this one looks so grainy and so choppy on this side. Talking about a YouTube, folks. It does. You see it? Anyways, get notifications out to people to join us. My phone just made a noise, so I'm guessing that there's more notifications going out. Oh, I'm thirsty. So welcome to Candid Conversations, where me and
I was supposed to say
your name, me and my husband, we just talk about various topics that can come up in marriages and relationships because we can. Some of the things that we've experienced personally, some we've uh, know of third party, some I know based on the clients that I work with. So, to get started, for those who have never met me before and do not know who I am your favorite life coach and certified clinical sexologist, Coach K, where I am the owner and founder of Love and Intimacy 101 LLC, where I work with couples and I work with women on growing intimacy for a more fulfilled sex life and sexual experiences. And this is Sean Ford. He is an entrepreneur, father, husband, and he cute too.
got my face.
And he has agreed to join me for our candid conversations. And we do this, it's going to be loud.
No, it's not.
We do this for the purpose of getting conversations started. For the purpose of getting conversations started that may not have otherwise been brought up in any household or home. So for some people know, some don't know that we are essentially a blended family. But before we go too far into that, let's see if we let the people get the notifications to come on in the room. And we won't be on here too long because we are going to leave out of here and go cook some journal. And while we're waiting on people to get notified, don't forget that we do have registration open for the third annual Fools in Love Couples Retreat. I'm so excited about the couples retreat. It's the third one. We only take 5 couples. We just figured out throughout the last 2 years that 5 should be the maximum because we want quality over quantity. And for the activities that we do, a close, small knit group is perfect. You walk in as strangers and you will leave with new friends and a better relationship or the start of one. We also have the Mind Fucked Couples Sensual Touch class that is going to be on November the 12th. There is a 2 p.m. class and there is a 6 p.m. class. And then on December the 3rd, we have She Flow, which is the ladies' sensual touch class. And we have a 2 p.m. and a 6 p.m. So you ready to get started?
Yes, ma'am. Ready when you ready.
I'm the ma'am. So
That's what baby got my Oh, there you go.
Talking about blended families. That blended families are difficult at best. So if you think about, 2 people, hey, Bully Man Wayne.
What up? What up?
Thank you for joining us this evening. When you think about blended families, you already have 2 individual people that are trying to build this relationship, trying to learn each other, trying to explore each other. And then if they have children already, not only do you have to, one of the two parents has to learn to navigate parenthood, but the other one has to learn to navigate parenthood with a new parent and maintain co-parent with the ex partner, while trying to navigate the relationship with
Make this shit
the
complicated.
with the new parent and the ex parent.
It's a lot, to
Yes,
say the least.
it is. Why don't you talk to us about
Whoa.
how was it for you when it came to going from 20 and dating to 21 and father of two?
How did it feel? Don't you ask me?
How was it? Just
How
how was
was
that?
it?
How was that
Man.
transition? It was boom, boom.
How was it? It was, I don't know. Like I can't.
Was it
It was.
easy, fun, hard?
I would say it will. It was. It can. It will. It can be a little easier if, uh, in my case, it was to me. It was a little easier because her baby father wasn't in the picture, so it wasn't like I had to constantly interact with them or you know what I'm saying, that type of shit. But
So when you met me, and
nah, see, we going to questions, man. Yeah, I want the hot seat. All right, let's get it. All right, whatever.
when you met me and you saw that I had two children, what were your first thoughts?
When I met you, I didn't know you had two kids. But you mean after I, okay, all right. I'm tripping. My initial thoughts was cool.
Why? Because it was just like, why not?
Nah, because let me see. I was supposed to have a kid anyway, but didn't work out.
But what do
So
you mean? Oh, okay, we'll get into that later.
yeah, so he's trying to jump the gun. He's trying to jump the gun, but it felt like it was on the right. You know what I'm saying?
So it was easy because you're like, hey, you always say, I always feel like I'm a dad. I was supposed to be a dad.
Yeah, that's what I felt.
So you talk about you felt like you had a kid, but it didn't work out. So were you with someone and they had a kid and you
All
broke
right,
up?
see, then the story about to get all crazy. He's trying to make it never. It was the female I was with against my will kind of had an abortion, not kind of had an abortion, but had an abortion.
With
So
one or two?
one possible two, second one I ain't sure, but I mean whatever. But that I feel like I mean I'm supposed to have kids anyway, so maybe in the deeper sense without me not even knowing, that's just something I was missing in life anyway, because I supposed to have had it,
Mm-hmm.
then it was taken away from me. Now it's like, here you go. If that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, well,
So you meet me, got these two kids.
You make this shit sound so interrogative. If that's a word. Damn, like you got these questions ready in
No,
your
they're
head.
not even questions.
Damn, man. All right,
We're
go
just
ahead.
talking.
All right,
So
all right,
you meet me, you found out I have these two kids.
You make
Were
this
you
shit
like,
different.
okay, I just got to deal with just one guy? But when you found out that it was two guys, what was that like?
Well, shit. I mean, because one of them was not in the state anyway, so then the other one was not in the picture at all. So that's the two. So it's like they weren't even there. Like it's basically like out of sight, out of mind. So I mean,
So what are your
let me
thoughts
talk
on
some
like what is a blended family? Where was the blending of the families that you were willing to do, not willing to do? Where did you
Oh,
see
what
that?
you mean? You talk too fast. Now. Blending of the families.
Yes, so you have me, and I have these two children. They have their parents, they have
Right.
their grandparents, they have all these people.
Right.
So when me and you come together,
Right.
how do you take on the other half of the children? How do you feel about that? What are your thoughts on taking on the other side of the children's family?
Treat people accordingly. I mean, I'm not going. I'm not the type of person that's. I treat people accordingly. I'm leaving it at that. I
So
treat people
do
accordingly.
you think that was this easy for you?
No, it wasn't.
Was it easier after we had children together?
No, it wasn't. It's still not easy. I mean, it's a work in progress. Like every day.
What is the biggest what is the hardest part of being a part of a blended family?
The hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't disclose that because I'm not telling the world my week. That's a duh. But I would say a major part in the blended family is lack of communication.
Not answering my question, but yes,
I'm
you're
not
absolutely
talking about
right.
answer question.
Yeah.
I'm-
So lack of communication is definitely it. How did you feel about what would you prefer to be the level of communication, and how would you like that communication to have gone if it went differently than what you wanted? You so goofy.
That's you, man. I'm tripping off of you. All right, so what I would have, all right, I would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just know everybody's not raised the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that goes back to my treating people accordingly. So I can't get too mad or upset of someone's actions, and I know it wasn't brought up properly. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of your baby fathers, like not the kids, but you know what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you feel like you were wholeheartedly accepted by the two kids when y'all came together?
Oh, from the kids?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No, this is a new question. This is literally
They
a new
say
question.
Martin Luther King. At school, we learned that black people happened.
That's your turn on myself.
Mm-mm. I don't know how in the
That's some
world.
strange shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess if somebody's in my group, that was Clubhouse guys. If somebody was in the group and they came into the room, they automatically end up on stage. But everybody don't know to mute unless she unmuted and she was playing something in the background. So I don't know. But one of the things that I said, I talk about flip the list. My thing was I wasn't even looking to be in a relationship, but I damn sure didn't have a list of I want them to be tall, brown skin, have dreads, and this big old.
I ain't look nothing like this. You're describing me now.
I didn't have any of that on my list. What I did have was I flipped the list. I just had my hard nose.
That's crazy.
I just had my hard nose, and my hard nose was I would not have anybody that smoked cigarettes, and I would not be with anybody who had a kid. And anytime I say that, people be like, "Oh, you're a hypocrite because your husband got with you and you had kids." And I was like, "Well, that's
not you though."
I know. That's what I'm like. That's not being a
hypocrite.
hypocrite. Some people just like using words because they learned it in first grade or whatever. But that was because my thing was, especially when you see somebody who cares about their kid. So for me, I didn't want to do it because if somebody cared about their kid, and that mean that the other party could possibly use the children as a pawn. And then if the guy that I'm with did not
Damn.
treat his children well, then I damn sure don't want to be with him, because if we have kids, you ain't gonna treat my kids well. So that was my hard no. Did you have any hard no's?
I had a hard no.
And what was it?
I would not date a woman with kids. That was my hard no.
And what happened? what
Boy.
you forgot to flip your list?
Nah, Light said, watch this. I'm gonna tell Light what you ain't gonna do.
So basically, you're saying you just got with me as a challenge.
Oh no, man! You might make see, Lord, have mercy, bring out my character out here. Oh shit! Oh man, you funny.
So blended families is definitely difficult. It comes with a lot of communication. It really comes with normal or very strong, healthy self-esteem, because I think with low self-esteem, navigating that relationship with someone who already has children, especially if the children's fathers are alive, can put a strain on your relationship. Do you think that's just an extra relationship that you really have to work on? Do you feel we had to work harder on our
No,
relationship?
that's why I said that's why I said earlier. It made it easier that they like wasn't in the picture. Like if they was the type of dads to be on those hating, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let me go pick the kids up. When they know you got somebody around, they will try to be extra to show themselves. I didn't have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's a whole nother level of blended family that I didn't have to deal with because they wasn't in the picture.
So when one tried to be in the picture because they found out that you were present.
Oh my Lord, man, that's funny. What? What's your question there?
Did that bring in the level of, oh Lord, I got to deal with this? At what point did you realize that it's still just all about the kids? Like it has nothing to really do with the other person? Or how much did you feel like you needed to communicate with that other guy?
I feel like ain't had to be no communication.
Why?
Treat people accordingly. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. So if they would have wanted to forge a friendship, not a friendship, oh Lord, if they wanted to just sit and talk with you because you were going to be around their child.
Yeah, I would have politics. Like that's that man's child. Like I never take that away from that man. Like, but
they didn't want to do it.
If you don't want to act accordingly, then
now everybody is not that mature that they can say that. So I can appreciate that you can say that. To me, I completely agree. Like if you were to risk your life and want to leave me and go and be with somebody else, and they were going to be around our children, then
you said risk my life. I ain't trying to throw that shit in. You funny as hell. I was like, what the fuck? Like, you funny. You come out with comedy show. You funny.
So
you funny as shit.
I would definitely want to. Meet her because
you're grown. You're an adult. You're supposed to be able to communicate, talk things out, and agree to disagree and all that jazzy shit. But I mean, every situation ain't like that. So it is what it is.
So if that case came around and you got with somebody and your new girlfriend
no, that shit ain't gonna happen. So I can't even put myself in that.
Let's think of a Sally Mae and Joe hit it. If somebody's not willing to meet the other parent when it comes to their child, say if the new girlfriend is not willing to meet the
child's mother. Go back to what you were saying at first, just make it easy. If the other person
No. If the new girlfriend does not want to meet the child's mother, you as a man, how would you feel about that?
I really can't put myself in that position, but that's why I told you to go back to the other one.
Well, I would say if you are someone who's in that situation that's kind of dealing with, okay.
All right, okay, let me do it. All right, fuck. If I was in if I was in that position, and you said my baby mother or
Your new girlfriend.
my new girlfriend does not want
to meet.
Well, she ain't gonna be my new girl. It wouldn't even get that far. She didn't want to nah.
And I can
Because
appreciate
the communication will be clear enough that this is my child's mother, and we have a relationship, which doesn't have to be sexual or intimate or what society paints everything to be.
Mm-hmm.
And if she don't accept that from the get-go, she's not going to even stick around to be in the girlfriend phase, I guess you call it nowadays. I don't know if the shit people call this stuff. But you know what I'm saying, though? Like,
yeah. I see especially with younger relationships, because people are just having babies and babies and babies. So it's like almost impossible to meet. The dating pool is small already, so it's almost possible to meet somebody who does not already have children. And I don't think young people are that mature, honestly.
I want to look, no.
Just thinking about another blended family where our daughter had met a guy who already had a child. And for her, she's lived in a blended family. So for her, she's like, I want to meet his mom, because she said I'm around her child. So I want her to know who I am. And she's only 23 years old. And the child's mother, I believe, 19 or 20. So she was young as well. I don't think she was necessarily opposed, but I also don't think that there was an effort being made. So I think when it comes to blended family, and especially for the child, you want some kind of just mutual respect at minimum. Because we did all have birthday parties where we all were in the same room. Once. I thought it was twice. Once at my grandma's house. When my grandma was alive. It was on the back patio. No.
That was the other boyfriend before.
No, that was the aunt came.
that was BS before Sean.
Yeah, you talking BS.
No, that was BS, no, like I said. Before BS. Sean. And
anyway, and we probably would have had a lot more, but I just the communication, everybody was young. We were in our 20s, but we made it through. And he has his 2 girls that he's always supposed to have. And we got our 5, even though I wanted 8.
You stopped the bus.
You goddamn right. The kid. Oh no way hell I was having a little shit. 5 is enough. Anyway, so that's just our little take on blended families. As you know, we are going to be doing Candid Conversations at least twice every month. So the best way to find us is if you go to the YouTube page, if you go to Coach K 101, COACHKAY 101, you will be able to find me on all social media platforms, but all videos will live there. We are honestly here just to give some personal, professional, honest perspectives to get conversations going in the household of family matters, marriage matters, relationship matters, children matters that just are not being talked about enough, and people may not know where they can go to get support. I am very happy to let everybody know that I do, marriage coaching and premarital coaching and couples coaching and relationship coaching. So always feel free to reach out, and don't forget to check out those events that I have coming up. You can find all of the events at Coach K 101, COACHKAY 101. Anything you want to give to the people, darling?
No, not really. Like, get to them. No, I don't want to get them.
Oh my gracious. So we will see you guys another day on another Bat channel. May Bat. You never heard that? BAT?